Yo, it's your boy Theo doing another DSP video. I know, it's fucking insane, guys. Hard to believe, right? So let's take a look at the comments. By the way, if you go to top comments, you will only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6 comments, while here it says 9. Probably because he deleted some comments. So DSP commented saying, testing to see if comments work. They haven't on my videos for the last week here on the vlogging channel for some reason. Okay. Let's just assume that he's being legit there. Didn't know Watch Dogs 2 came out on Tuesday. I assumed it would come out on Friday. Like a lot of new releases. Should be fun. A lot of games usually come out on Tuesday. It's kind of weird that now they're coming out on Friday. But also remember, Twilight Princess came out on a Friday and Pokken Tournament as well. And DSP shat on Nintendo for releasing games on Tuesdays. But now games are releasing on Friday. Oh no, they shout out Nintendo for releasing those games on Fridays. But Dishonored 2, well technically not Dishonored 2, but Call of Duty, Battlefield 1 all came out on Friday. But he didn't complain about that. I know, almost as if there's a bias there, guys. And Jargon said testing. And then that's it. There's really nothing else going on in these comment sections. We might check on them later, but I have a hunch that he's been banning people. And before I get a comment saying that I do the same thing, I only did it on to like one person. So yeah, cry me a river, that one person. Do you like the silence? Sounds really, really great. Even playing? This is a long... What? This is so long. I don't remember it being this long. This long a silence. There we go. Jesus.
All right, what is going on, everybody? Is it working? Yes, okay. I want to make sure the audio was working. DSP here, and welcome to the Weekend Preview. Today is Sunday, November 13th, 2016. I got a lot of updates, in particular regarding the status of playthroughs and new games that I've been covering, patron updates, and, of course, this big week coming up where there's 2 new releases I'll be covering while I'm...
Remember, this is the same, like, roughly the same month. Actually, no. It's the end... Remember when he used to sound like he's like depressed, as if he was gonna be homeless, and now he's like all perky because he got a lot of money? Quite the turnaround for him.
Kind of juggling some other stuff going on, game reviews and the like. Alright, so FYI, this video is going to be very informative. Please bear with me. Before I even get into gameplay coverage, this particular week there's been a lot of communication and also some confusion regarding Patreon.
Oh, here you go.
I fully expected this was going to happen due to the really huge increase in the amount of people who pledged to my Patreon in the month.
Didn't he just do a video talking about Patreon, and now he's talking about Patreon the Weekend Preview? Wow. Very productive, DSP.
Of October, alright? I'm going to explain everything right now.
Again?
I even put on my Twitter that you should watch this Weekend Preview video if you were a new patron or a patron who increased their pledge in the month of October.
Why would they want to watch this video? Why don't you send them to the video where you talk about Patreon? Did you do a video on Patreon specifically for that reason? And you could waste our time in the Weekend Preview about it? Wow. Wow, guys. Wow.
2016, because I'm going to explain the status of everyone's perks and everything, okay? The bottom line is, this past week, I've been waiting for all of you, if you were an October patron, to send me your information. It was actually 1 week ago tonight that on Patreon.com, I sent out a ton of private messages to all of my patrons from the month of October, whether or not you were getting your forum upgrades for your $5 pledge, so that you can nominate and vote on indie games for the marathon that's coming up at the end of this month, or whether it was you wanted to be able to post up your questions for the upcoming episode of Ask the King that's going to be coming up on the 24th of November, or if you wanted to get your questions submitted for your private Q&A video if you pledged $50 or more. Those are really the 3 perk levels where I need information from you in order to process your patron perks, okay? I've been waiting all week for this information, and the bottom line is all this week it's been trickling in. Every day I get a few more responses, okay? Tonight, I'm taking all of those responses that I got from you, the patrons, and I'm forwarding them off to my webmaster if it's something that you need a forum upgrade for.
Webmaster. I love that he only brings up the webmaster when it's convenient for him, but when he's trying to pity party everyone and guilt trip them, he's a one-man show. Fuck the webmaster. He's not important now because I need the money. So, is the webmaster doing all this stuff for free? You're not paying him at all, Phil? That's kind of fucked up, but okay, But, you know, he's just stepping all over his fans. He even got to the point where he might even get a PS4. A fan was interested in giving him a PS4 Pro. A PS4 Pro. Donating a PS4 Pro. Look. I can understand donating games. I can understand that. You know, to be honest, I can understand that. You know, I can understand why people donate Call of Duty or Titanfall 2. I just think that $80 for Call of Duty I thought was a little much, and he's just kind of not treating that game that seriously, I guess. Like, he's just like, oh, I don't need to finish it. I don't need to do a full playthrough of it, but it's like someone paid you $80, to do that, and you're not, you know, it's kind of weird. But someone's offering to donate to him the PS4 Pro. Okay.
So you can access the already existing threads for the nominations of the indie games or to post up your questions for Ask the King. Or if you're going to send me your your questions for your private Q&A video, all right? Those I'm also putting to the side to action. So all that's getting done tonight. I needed to wait a week. And some people might say, well, Phil, first of all, why does it take a week for you to even send out those private messages on Patreon.com? It's very simple, because all the pledges don't process for several days. Every single month, probably around 3 to 4 days.
It doesn't process, but isn't the charge up front thing like something that it charges instantly that day that they pledge? So it has. Why is he waiting for? I get it. I fucking get it. He wants the money for sure, because if he just goes up by when it gets charged, it's like, yeah, I could give him the perk, but then, you know, he can always refund, you know, cancel his pledge. But even though, you know, you can't remove your pledge once you pay because the money goes through. Like, why is he this anal about, well, I need this is what kind of, like, people who are trying to rip people off tend to do, and they really want the money for sure. They want to make sure that's in their hand before they give you the thing in return, which is, like, kind of but it's just, people are donating money to you. You might as well just give them the perk, and the perks aren't even that attractive, to be honest.
At least people's pledges get declined and they change their info or whatever, so it makes sense to wait several days before I actually message the patrons for that month, so that way I'm messaging everyone at once rather than, oh, here's a bunch of people, but then this person process and them a new private message and then another one and then another one, because then if you're not doing it all at once, you have the potential to miss out on people, or people might slip through the cracks.
Or you just go down the list, make the video or whatever, and then if the person doesn't get, if their card gets declined, you get to keep the video, save it until they fix their info. I mean, you don't have to make the video and then instantly send it to them. You could just make the video for the person that donates. Like, if I pay, let's say I pay $50 for Phil, and he sees that, he could look, I'm going to record the video for him now, and then when it's cleared, I can send the video to Theo when, you know, when the money's in my hands or whatever. That would make sense. I can understand that, but waiting to do everything until, like, that's so unproductive, and it's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb, and it's counterintuitive, because you're not really saving any time by doing that. If anything, you're creating more work than you need. Just saying.
Okay. Why do I wait another week to get all of your information and try to process those forum upgrades and the like? Very simple. Same thing. If every single response I got from you, if I forwarded that right off to my webmaster would now be getting 50 to 100 separate emails, all telling him of something he needs to do. That's not fair or reasonable. So what I do is I wait for the week, I take all of this data and I put it into a file for him, and then at the end of the week I send him the file, and then he just sits there and group upgrades people on the forums. All right, that's how it works. It's a manual process. I wish that there was automation. I wish that Patreon could create a data output stream that could go to a program that could automatically process all this for everyone. It's not possible. Right now, Patreon gives me a data file that's raw data. It's text. It's not even like sorted properly. It's a mess. There's manual work to clean it up and get.
Yeah, like it's just you can't just go down the list and just give the goals to that person, that to the amount they paid. He has to do it, and like he has to put the order. So like it's like $1, $5 once. I mean, sure that's nice to have order like that, but that's stuff you don't really need to do until later. You can kind of do that later. It's kind of like if you organize files like that, you can do that later. But usually, if you want to give people that perk, you just kind of go down the list. It's like you own a 7-Eleven or whatever, and you're like, okay, everyone who's paying for a piece of gum, you come to the front of the line. If you're paying for something that's $5 or more, get behind them. Like, you're not gonna fucking organize people like that. You're gonna, people are gonna either pay a stick of gum, and then some guy's gonna come in with like a $60 item. Then the guy behind them might come with a $5 item. I mean, you deal it like that. You don't like try to organize them as you're giving them the transaction stuff. I don't know what these hand gestures are, but like this whole thing is fucking like ridiculous, and it's kind of dumb to do Patreon like this. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm speaking out of ignorance because I have yet to even own a Patreon just yet. But I feel like that there's an easier way to do this.
Get it all sorted out to even do anything with it. What I think ideally what could be cool is what if Patreon eventually upgrades their business where as you pledge, you can put in your forum login and your forum email. So as soon as you pledge, boom, it automatically forwards that information off to my webmaster. It goes into his email box so he can file it, and then he.
Yeah, but that's such a specific function to have, and that would be a waste of utilities for Patreon's end, because Patreon is supposed to let you do whatever you want with the perks and all that. Why would they have a system that goes from Patreon to DSP's shitty ass forums where you have to surrender your IP address?
You can process them all, but it doesn't happen like that. There's no way to do stuff up front because Patreon is basically in its infant stages as a business. They're just basically just trying to get this business going. Yes, they are very popular, but they really don't have much advancement at all when it comes to actually.
But what kind of advancement? Guys, we really need to add a plugin for the King of Hate forums. These forums are fucking hot business, guys. If you don't get fucking attached to these forums, we're fucking dead, guys. Come on, really? You're expecting Patreon to be that anal with their customization? No, come on. Get the fuck out of here.
Refinement of the business or giving out perks at all. So, tonight, all that data that you have sent me on Patreon.com, if you were an October patron, is being processed, and you should have your upgrades within, say, 2 or 3 days tops. Usually, it's within 24 hours when I send them to my webmaster that he processes those upgrades, okay?
Okay.
So, if you're waiting and you keep checking, because I got a bunch of people, there's probably like 5 people this week, who kept checking to see if they had access to the forums. They still don't have the premium access, and they keep messaging me, and I keep saying, wait, relax. I'm getting it done. It's just that I don't want to only send 1 or 2 off to my webmaster, and the next thing you know, a bunch of people get lost in the cracks because he got a ridiculous amount of emails instead of 1 file. So tonight, it's all getting done. All right, it's all getting sent off. Within a couple days, you should.
So you can't just send a couple of emails to your webmaster. Like, how is that gonna slip through the cracks? If you sent like 3 people, whatever, you can't do that. Then you send another 3. Like you can't fucking do that. Okay, guess you can't do that.
You should have premium access to the forums if you're owed it. and you should be able to either nominate games or post up your questions for Ask the King. Now, if you're owed a private Q&A video, I'm going to take a look right now and see who messaged me questions, and I might actually film a bunch of those tonight. If not, worst case scenario, it'll be next Sunday, because Sunday night is the night I have a little bit of time to work on this stuff, because I'm not filming, I'm not doing edited videos usually. So Sunday night is the ideal night when I can get this stuff done. So if not tonight, it'll be next Sunday. I'll work on the private Q&A videos, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All
so
right.
there you have it. That's the deal with patrons. I apologize that it's not a more refined process where we could instantly upgrade everyone. It's just not there, and it's not really something that I could control. It's Patreon. Patreon doesn't have the capability to have an upfront data collection so that it can be done automatically. It's all manual.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I might have said this sometime, but it's Patreon. Patreon, Phil. It's not Patreon. Fucking learn how to read.
Well, I have to wait till the end of the month to get this data file from Patreon, and then once I get the data file, I have to manually go through it, and then I have to send it to my webmaster. Once you send me your info for upgrades and stuff, it really is a painstakingly manual, time-consuming process that eventually I hope will be improved, but that's really all on Patreon, sadly, okay?
Yeah,
All right.
they have to improve. I can't fucking find a way to streamline this shit. Fuck that. Okay, Phil. Yep.
So that's it with Patreon. I just wanted to get that out there and get that segment out of there. If you are interested in pledging, right down here, bottom right-hand corner, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. This month, the event is a big multiplayer event. I got a lot of new people who pledged this month because they want to be a part of this multiplayer event coming up in December and early January. $5 gets you in playing a game with me, such as Battlefield 1, Call of Duty, Titanfall 2, Overwatch, etc. There's more details on it and everything over at patreon.com/DarkSidePhil, so check that out, all right? Now, let's talk about what I'm working on and what's new this week so you know exactly what to expect in my schedule, all right? First of all, this past week was a crazy variety of stuff. I was playing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare as well as Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. I finished both of their campaigns, and I did multiplayer of both of those games, although, admittedly, I did not get to cover Infinite Warfare as much as I wanted to. I played 6 multiplayer matches. That was it. That is not even close to being enough exposure to the multiplayer of the game to get a good idea of it for a game review. It's just not. I need to play hours of it in order to absorb it enough.
How many sessions did he get out of Battlefield 1, though? I feel like that he got less. Like, got about 6 or less sessions for him to do a Battlefield 1 review, but now he wants to do more for Call of Duty. Okay.
To see how.
No, so I did pay $80. That's fine. I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying that it's just like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a dick right now.
Is in relation to other competitive first-person shooters this year. In addition, I haven't gotten to play the zombies mode of Infinite Warfare at all. Okay, so in that regard, it leaves something on the plate that I need to do, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment when it comes to this week's schedule because I've got good news. Okay.
Oh boy, good news.
In addition, I finished up Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and I reviewed it for KOGaming.
Okay.
I did, I played this game for 2 weeks. I wanted to finish it. I got it out of the way. It's now done. No, I'm not going back to the game to try to unlock extra stuff or anything like that. And no, I have no plans on buying any DLCs for it. Much like the first game, it was incredibly repetitive. Most of the viewership fell off after a few sessions because it became a repetitive grind, just like the first game. There's nothing really complex to the game. It really is Xenoverse 1.5, not really Xenoverse 2. I talk about all this in the review that you can check out on KOGaming, so give it a look.
But, like, why doesn't he do the DLC? Like, why didn't he just do the DLC for the first one when that came out? Why isn't he doing the DLC for this game? I thought he was a huge fan. Now he's not... What a great fan, guys. I love that he has these games that he really loves, but he doesn't want to play the DLC for. Or at least franchises that he really loves. Like, he loved Deus Ex Mankind Divided, or whatever the new one is called, and he's not doing the DLC for that. But... He wanted to fuck around with Fallout 4 mods. But, Deus Ex, I love that game so much I don't want to do the DLC. Oh, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is getting DLC? Well, I like Dragon Ball Z, but I'm not going to do the DLC. Yeah, okay, what a great fan.
Look if you haven't yet, but no, that's pretty much it for that playthrough. Like, I enjoyed playing it, but there's no way I'm going to spend more money on this game, okay?
Yeah, view quit, money quit.
And then this entire weekend, I've been playing Dishonored 2. Now, I decided to do the complete flip side of my Dishonored 1 playthrough. Instead of playing with Corvo as a stealth non-violent run as I did in that game, this time around I played as Emily, the new character, and I did a chaos run, meaning it was all melee combat, physical killing as many people as I could, with a twist. The only people I tried not to kill were the actual, like, boss characters, because it was actually very interesting to find out the optional ways to take those characters out without necessarily killing them, although even the things that you do...
Of course, he went for the more, like, lethal option, because he fucking sucks at stealth, but he learned a lot from MGS5, guys. He was so good, so good, so good.
Killing them are still pretty messed up things, like giving electroshock therapy to one so much that he can't even fucking think straight.
Okay.
So, I definitely enjoyed Dishonored.
Well, I want to say that again.
So, I definitely enjoyed Dishonored 2. I just finished it today. Now, I didn't plan on finishing it today. The playthrough ended at around 15 and a half hours long.
Wow, he rushed through that game. He really loves to play video games, guys. He just rushes right on through, and dude, when he gets to Pokemon, man, it's gonna be fun.
I am reviewing the game. I'm reviewing it tomorrow night, Monday night, for KOGaming, and it's going to be covering the Emily side and a Chaos Run side of things. I want to review this video now. I want to do it now. Now, some people might say, but Phil, that's not a full review of the game. You still have to go through the game as Corvo and do a non-violent run and play it for another 15 and a half hours before you can properly review the game. To which I say, stop it. All right?
Stop it. Stop it. He is playing half of the game, and he even said in a pre-stream that he wants to do like a mini review or a half review for Dishonored 2. I don't know if he's gonna lead into that, but he said like I can't do a full. He even said he couldn't do a full review of the game because he played like one playthrough of it and he hasn't done the other feature in that game, so he's not gonna do a full review. So this is gonna be a half review. And then I'll do a full review when I play the other playthrough. So hopefully that's what he's saying. But if he's going to try to justify that this review he's working on is going to be the full review, then he really needs to stop contradicting himself and really start to admit that KOGaming is basically a review channel. Because that's all it's been. Like, you wanted to do a Dishonored 2 impressions video, but then that kind of became the half review video, and now I guess it's becoming a review. Like, everything he's doing for that channel is a review. Every single thing. And it has review in the fucking title as well, when it's not a review. It's so fucking stupid what KOGaming has become. It's not even a channel anymore. It's just a review channel.
Stop it, because the bottom line is, I'm not just sitting here playing Dishonored 2 for 2 weeks. I mean, I played it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so that I could finish it before the new releases.
4 days. He played it for 4 days, but he won't play it for another 4 days as the other character. Okay. I mean, that's 1 week, but he said 2 weeks, so... Okay.
Sweet. Sorry, I don't have another 15 and a half hours in the next day to sit here and play through a Corvo playthrough of the game. I just don't. You know, it's real life, reality. It's not going to happen, okay?
Then it shouldn't be a review. Just say, like, look, I'll do a half review, I'll do the Emily review, and then the other review will come around when I ever get a chance to play it, or I can just play it off in his off time. Like, oh my god, this guy is a fucking idiot. But okay, whatever, let's continue.
I'm not saying that a Corvo run is out completely. I'm saying that it certainly is going to be something that may happen at a future date as like a later on thing.
Oh yeah, of course.
And a secondary focus. It certainly will not be a primary focus, being that, honestly, not many people really were turning out to see me play Dishonored 2 to begin with, okay? Now, I don't know why. The bottom line is this. I didn't let it affect me because people were already getting pissy about how stream views were low and everything. I didn't even look at stream views. I haven't even looked at YouTube.
He's the only one that was doing a view depression rant in one of the pre-streams. I mean, I guess he kind of didn't talk about views anymore, but he kind of is. But okay.
I just played the game and enjoyed it on its own. And the bottom line is, I actually like Dishonored 2 so much, it's probably going to end up in my Game of the Year awards countdown, at least for the first playthrough that I did with Emily.
Okay? Yes. He's not going to play the full game to get a full idea of the game, to make it fit in to the Game of the Year. He's going to fit in with all the other reviewers that you shat on for doing this. Congratulations, Phil. You have come full circle by being everything you shat on. Wow, old DSP is fucking disappointed in you, Phil.
So I don't care about views and all that. I'm telling you, the game was good. So if you haven't seen the playthrough, all right, I actually think the game is quite interesting and quite entertaining. Now, that might be that it's more fun to play than watch. I have no idea. The bottom line is, I like Dishonored 2.
Or people didn't want to get spoiled. I mean, I assume that Dishonored 2 has a good number of fans and people who want to play the game that they probably did not want to get spoiled. Just saying.
So, being that I finished it today, and I was actually not planning on finishing it until tomorrow, my schedule is going to shift around a bit for a day, and we're going to have some extra stuff in there that I wasn't planning on doing. So now let's talk about the new schedule coming up. All right, so tonight, as I already said, right after this week in preview, I may or may not be filming some private Q&A videos for patrons, but I will be sending all your information off to my webmaster, and you can expect your forum upgrades within the next couple of days, so you can start nominating games and posting up your questions. FYI, the nominations for the Indies Marathon that's taking place at the end of this month, the 28th of November, will be going on for one more week, and then after that week, they'll close, and then I'll make it a poll where you can now vote on the games that were nominated, okay? So there you go. Tomorrow, my gameplay stream will be, get ready for this, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare multiplayer. Now,
He's doing multiplayer, guys. Are you fucking excited? I'm fucking excited. But what about the zombies?
I played 6 matches of this last week. It was all I had time for, and I thought it was hilarious for all the wrong reasons. I mean, double jumping, crazy wall running, transforming into a robot fucking dog and running around swatting at people, drones, explosions, grenades that turn into fucking portals in front of your face. You can't even tell what the fuck's going on. It was pretty much the most joking fucking Call of Duty I've ever seen. Like, I don't know how anyone could take this seriously. I don't. It just looks, the game's a fucking joke. And when you watch that, let me put it this way. You watch a video of Infinite Warfare multiplayer.
He's like trying to sell this multiplayer so hardcore. It's dude, I don't even know if it's sad or funny. You decide how you feel about this hardcore selling of a fucking Call of Duty.
Then you watch a video of Modern Warfare Remastered multiplayer, and you look at them side by side, and you're like, wow, military-based shooter, serious business. What the fuck is this over here? This looks like a game designed for ADD-infused 5-year-olds.
Wow. Insulting. Dude, like, really? Like, man, he's so quick to go to ADD as, like, this looks like a thing for ADD. ADD. PewDiePie, ADD. Like, he's so quick to go to that. Like, whatever.
You can't even fucking do anything. They wouldn't even play a game unless it was sparkly and flashy. Oh my god, look, everyone's a superhuman and they're doing flying fucking moves. And
I like how he's saying all this stuff, but like, not a lot of people love Infinite Warfare's multiplayer. Like, I've not even seen a lot of people be like, yeah, fucking Call of Duty, man. If anything, everyone is was more interested in Battlefield 1. Just saying.
Drones are coming out of the fucking sky and dogs are coming. What the fuck? That's not a first-person shooter. That's a joke made for a little kid. It really is. And the bottom line is,
I like how like, oh, this isn't a first-person shooter. It's just a game that's in first person, but it's for little kids. Yeah, give a little kid a game with guns in them. Okay.
I can't imagine a grown adult, a fucking grown adult, playing that at length for more than, say, you know, a couple weeks before they say, what the fuck is this? I want something more serious. You know, like, it's so ridiculous. So, that's the impression I got from 6 matches. Tomorrow, I'm doing a
But the thing is that's weird about Call of Duty is that after a while, people kind of got burned out on Call of Duty because it just kind of felt the same. So they're adding all these weird things because people kept asking for Call of Duty to do something different with the game. And that's what they're doing. They're doing something different with the game. I'm not saying that it's great or it's like, oh, it's super, everyone must love it, but it's something different.
Full stream of the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare multiplayer. That way I'll get a good 3 hours of it. Exposure. I'll play the different game modes. So if there's new game modes or whatever that I haven't seen yet, I'll see them and I'll experience it all. So that way I can finally know exactly what the multiplayer is for when I review the game. Now you might say, well, what else is left? What's holding you off from reviewing the game? Well, zombies. The game has a zombies mode that I have not had a chance to play. I'm hoping that maybe within, say, the next week, so probably not this week with all the new releases, but maybe next week, I'll take a session to do the zombies with people. And listen, I've had a bunch of people who have been messaging me constantly. People emailing me. I have people private messaging me. Phil, I want to do zombies with you. And the bottom line is I haven't responded to anyone because I don't know when I'm playing zombies. I thought I was going to be playing it last week, and it didn't work out because Dishonored ended up releasing a day earlier than I'd thought it was coming out.
Take a sip.
So that being said, I don't know when I'm doing zombies. I'm going to do it definitely, probably, maybe in the next week to 2 weeks. By the end of November, definitely. I want to do that session before Final Fantasy 15 starts so I can review the game before Final Fantasy 15 starts. All
okay.
Right? So, tomorrow, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare multiplayer. That's going to be a fun stream. I think we're going to laugh more than anything at how ridiculous the fucking game is, okay? Tomorrow night, I'm doing my Dishonored 2 review. So that'll be live on KOGaming. Yes, it will be only a mini or work-in-progress review where it's only going to be covering the Emily side and the chaos/melee combat kill everyone style of the game. I can't review the other half of the game, but I don't have 15 and a half hours right now. So rather than not review anything, I'll review the half of the game that I played, okay? Tuesday, Watch Dogs 2 releases. Now,
boy.
You still doing a midnight release? No. I'm just
Why?
not, because it's this simple. Number one, I'll be honest here with everyone. Number one, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be working on this review for Dishonored 2 that night, and midnight would be 9 p.m. my time. I'll still be working on the review. I won't even be done probably till 10 or later, so there's no way that I could do a midnight release for Watch Dogs 2. That's number one. Okay. Number two, you might have noticed something. I did almost no midnight releases this year. Almost zero. Okay, in fact, I can't even remember the last one I did, if I even did one. And you may wonder, why isn't Phil doing midnight releases anymore? The answer is very simple. Because I used to do midnight releases when people on YouTube didn't get advanced copies of the game weeks ahead of time and were doing full playthroughs and streams of them weeks ahead of time.
People were doing that when you were doing it regardless. Stop trying to find excuses to not do something. He really just wants that sleepy time. He wants to go to sleep, man. He needs that sleepy sleep.
By doing a midnight release, I was able to cover the game as soon as humanly possible, and my videos were some of the first on YouTube. So people would come out, wow, we want to see Phil be the first to play this game, and they would come watch the videos right away.
I want to see Phil be the first one. No, they want to. They're there to see you play it. They're not there to see you be the first one. What? Okay, guys, you're gonna watch Phil. He's gonna be the first one to play. He's gonna be dope. Alright, let's watch him. Alright, now, Billy, go in the fucking search. Go on fucking YouTube.com. See who's the first one there. There's our boy, DSP's fucking Phil. They were there to watch you play the game. That's why they were there. He missed the point of why people wanted him to do a midnight review. Not a midnight review, a midnight release. Like, really? Come on, dude. This is pathetic. Dude, old DSP was way better. Like, yeah, the old DSP was like kind of like a train wreck, but dude, he at least did shit. This one's like trying to find ways to not do as much. Like, dude, I'm really curious to see how old the DSP would react to this DSP. It would be very interesting.
The atmosphere has changed. Now, YouTube is a big commercial marketplace where people put out paid advertisements for games, and they get sent the games weeks ahead of time, and they do completely edited, falsified playthroughs of their games on YouTube.
Falsified playthroughs? What? What is this? Oh, they get the game early, so that's a false playthrough. Is he saying that because people are gonna have like a more kiss-ass reaction to it? Then how would that affect you? Because you get it the same day as everyone else, so you would have the same reaction as everyone else. You would not be like, I got the game early, it's so good, man, look how good this is, I got early, like, no, but oh, god damn. he shits on people getting early copies. Then when like EA gives the opportunity for people to get the game early legally for everyone, that's dumb. But then when Dishonored 2 has had the game be given to able for people to get early, that's great. He's so flip floppy on this. Like, what the fuck is what? Oh my god, I can't even take him seriously when he starts talking about early games because you never know where he's at with that. But I mean, the only thing that you can kind of like get with him is that if it doesn't benefit him, it doesn't matter. But okay.
Early to make money. It's a much different situation than it used to be when I used to do midnight releases all the time. And the bottom line is doing a midnight release for Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, like Uncharted 4, right? That came out midnight release this year, and he did it, but there were people who got the game early, but I guess that didn't matter?
Isn't going to help anything. People already have playthroughs. I'm not even kidding. People already have playthroughs of it up. They've already live streamed it. It's already been completely spoiled because these companies send the games out and pay gamers to make fake playthroughs for you. And people fall for it and go watch it. So there's no benefit to me doing a midnight release anymore. There's just none. So instead of a midnight release, what I've been doing, if you've noticed, when a game comes out, I play it all day. So I play it my usual stream times, but I do it all day long, 5-6 hours of gameplay in that one launch day, and that's how I celebrate new releases for games now, okay? Now, the one game that I'm considering doing a midnight release for is Final Fantasy 15, because I think it's kind of the enigma. It's the game out there that no one really knows if it's going to be good.
Look. See, so far, the only thing that you get is part 1. There's no, nothing else. There's nothing else. So these people who got it early only played like one part of the game. I mean, unless I go into their channel and I see more, like let's go to this guy's channel. Playlists. Let's see, Watch Dogs 2. He has only 4 videos up. 4 videos up. Yeah, he only has 4 videos up, so he didn't beat the game yet. And then also there was that whole thing with Dark Souls 3, but that we don't need to retread that. We all get that.
And people are super hyped for it because it's been so long since we've had a new Final Fantasy numbered installment. I may do a midnight release for that one, but that
yeah, maybe. Final Fantasy 14 doesn't count, guys. Shut up.
The rule. I just realized my headphones are still on. They're glowing over here next to me. It might be the exception to the rule, but bottom line is, why do midnight releases anymore?
Yeah, why do midnight releases anymore for my fans that want to watch me play video games? Why? Why would I do that? Why would I want to do something that might be fun for the fans?
A lot of people can't come out late anyway.
Okay.
And everyone else gets the game before me because I'm not one of the big elite YouTubers who gets games.
But he gets free games from fans. He is potentially getting a game console for free. Potentially. Don't want to say that he is, but he's potentially getting one. But he's not one of the elite. He's just part of the begging class. He's the beggar YouTuber.
Early and gets paid to do a fucking playthrough as a promotional event on YouTube. So fuck me, I guess, right? The era of the common.
He's so jealous. He's so jealous.
Common gamer actually having a chance to cover games is gone. We have to wait. We get it later than these big time popular celebrity gaming YouTubers. They're better than us apparently.
I like how it's always like, oh yeah, it's the elite. They're better than us. That's why they get the games early. They get the games early because they get all the attention. They don't. It has nothing to do with that they're better than us or any dumb shit like that. Stop being fucking petty and just play video games. You're playing video games and paying your bills with that barely. So fuck off and just fucking do your job. I mean, it's like me being a doctor and then maybe saying like, I'm not like these doctors that get to see fucking Robert De Niro. Why don't they come to me? Oh, because I'm not in the upper echelon of doctors. Oh my god, guys, I just don't get that kind of attention. Ugh, it's like, fucking get over it. Your job is to play video games, not to be fucking salty that other people get, free games. He's so salty. He's jealous that he doesn't get free games early and all that shit. I mean, I used to feel that way, to be honest, but I've gotten over that 5 years ago, so, just saying.
Because not only do they fucking get the games ahead of time, but then they get paid big lump sums of money to promote the games. Isn't that nice? Isn't this nice what YouTube has become? It's not just people enjoying games and sharing their experiences anymore. Now everything's a paid fucking advertisement. Boy, isn't this a great place to be? But people tell me that, oh, you know, Phil, you shouldn't talk negative about those big YouTubers. Okay, well then you tell me about the quality of videos on YouTube today, and you tell me that I wasn't right all these years when I was against all these fucking practices, right?
What? Oh my god, like, where do I even begin with this, dude? That whole thing is such bitter, resenting, jealousy, saltiness that I've never seen before, and that is fucking insane. That, like, I gotta hear that again.
It's a paid fucking advertisement. Boy, isn't this a great place to be? But people tell me that, oh, you know, Phil, you shouldn't talk negative about those big YouTubers. Okay, well then you tell me about the quality of videos on YouTube today, and you tell me that I wasn't right all these years when I was against all these fucking...
You shouldn't talk shit about these upper YouTubers because they have a bigger fan base, and you don't want to alienate these people that can also like your channel. Phil, more than one person can watch your channel and like other channels at the same time. Maybe instead of shitting on other YouTubers, you should try to embrace that people have a varied opinion and all that. Like, you know, that's like if it's like me saying that, oh, if you watch these videos, then you have to hate the DSP. You have to hate him. You have to hate him, guys. You just have to fucking shit on him. No, like I understand if people like DSP and they kind of like some of the detractor shit. Like I get that, you know, maybe some people like seeing two sides of it, or that people like Phil. That's fine, but like it's okay to like more than one person on YouTube, and Phil keeps doing these things. It's really gonna drive away. Like if I'm a fan of PewDiePie and I'm a fan of Phil, and I watch Phil and he keeps shitting on PewDiePie, and PewDiePie does not shit on him, then obviously I'm gonna think that Phil's an asshole and leave him and watch PewDiePie as an example. And that is not gonna do very good with him. You should really not be trying to divide or alienate potential viewers like that. And saying that YouTube is now a bad place because of these big YouTubers is kind of fucking dumb. Or not dumb, but just kind of bitter. Because I'm gonna click my main channel. I have a main channel that doesn't really get a lot of attention, but it's not like but I'm sort of like, well, it is what it is. I'm just gonna keep trucking. I mean, I'm looking for another job at this point, and this and that, but like, I'm not sitting there like, I'm not as popular as this guy. This guy gets all the fucking shit. I mean, come on.
Practices, right? But anyway, there's no reason to do a midnight release.
No reason.
Okay? There's just none. People already have Watch Dogs 2. So, Watch Dogs 2 I'll be covering all day Tuesday, which is the 15th of November. I'll be doing 2 streams. An early stream starting at the usual time, noon Pacific time, and then a later stream at 7 p.m. So you'll get a good 5-6 hours of gameplay of Watch Dogs 2 just on Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm probably doing the exact same thing, okay? So 2 solid days of crazy amounts of Watch Dogs 2 gameplay. Thursday, I'm probably playing it again, but on Thursday, I actually have to go out and do my errands and stuff for the week, like grocery shopping, so only 1 session on Thursday. Ooh, excuse me. Friday is the premiere of Pokemon, either Moon or Sun. I've decided I'm getting Moon. So
Then why did you say, well, Friday it's the premiere of Pokemon Sun or Moon, but I'm getting Moon. So then you're playing Pokemon Moon.
My gameplay stream, my main gameplay stream on Friday will be Pokemon Moon. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm purposely leaving it open because I don't know if I want to do 2 sessions of Pokemon on Friday, or maybe I'll do a session of Pokemon and then Watch Dogs, or maybe by some freak chance after playing Watch Dogs 2 3 days in a row, I'll beat it. I don't foresee that happening, but maybe it will happen, in which case maybe I want to work on the review Friday night. I'm kind of trying to leave the schedule open. So
he's not going to do 2 streams of Pokemon. He is not. He fucking hates Nintendo. He hates Nintendo. I don't care what Phil says. He hates Nintendo. Period. He's not going to do 2 streams of it. He's going to do a second stream of Watch Dogs 2. Or he's going to go off by what the views are. Because he doesn't look at views, but we all heard that song and dance many times before.
so that I have that window of opportunity over the weekend that I can balance Watch Dogs 2 with Pokemon Moon and play it throughout the week, all right? And the good news is, the only rumored release that's coming out the next week, so not this week coming, but the next week, is The Walking Dead Season 3. Now, if that's true, great. And I'm okay with that, because guess what? That game's, 90 minutes to 2 hours long? That's not a big time investment at all. I'm easily able to play that whenever it releases, while balancing a playthrough of Pokemon and Watch Dogs.
Didn't he shit on other Telltale games coming out? He's like, I don't have time. And now he has time to play The Walking Dead. Okay.
Too. So that's what you can expect going through the Thanksgiving week, okay? Now, during Thanksgiving week, maybe I'll finish up some stuff. Maybe I'll finish up Watch Dogs 2. Great. Then maybe I'll go back and I'll do Zombies of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare so that I can review the game. That would be excellent, right? Maybe I'll go back and I'll do something like try to do a second run through Dishonored 2 with Corvo. Maybe I'll go back to WWE for the first time in a freaking month and play a session of that. I don't know. I'm trying to leave it open so that way there's potential for a lot of stuff during Thanksgiving week that, you know, I could do depending on what I feel or what's going on with the existing playthroughs, okay? And then really, outside of the Indies Marathon that's going to happen on Monday, the 28th, the only other thing going on is Final Fantasy 15 for this month. So that would be, oh my god, that would be a...
What about Ask the King? Are you doing Ask the King in November?
Pretty crazy day. Imagine I do my Indies Marathon that Monday, the 28th of November. So that's 12 noon to say 7:30 p.m. I take a break to eat dinner, and then I come back at 9 p.m. for a 2-hour midnight premiere of Final Fantasy 15. Oh my god. I might be shot, but hey, I might have to do it. I don't know. We'll see. Then again, I don't even know if Final Fantasy 15 is actually releasing at 9 p.m/midnight here on the West Coast. It might be one of those deals where, oh, well, midnight for you is really midnight for you, so you don't get to play it till midnight your time, even though people on the East Coast, you know, are playing it already. I don't...
What? Sorry, part of me got a little triggered, okay? Okay, fucking trigger warning, Phil. Midnight his time. Fun fact, guys. It's 3 a.m. my time. I'm on the East Coast. So, what he just said made no fucking sense unless the fucking, like, sun and earth rotation fucking changes drastically for Final Fantasy 15, which makes no fucking sense and is not gonna happen. That won't happen. It will be 3 a.m. So, Phil, you get to still be the first person, well, part of the first few people who on the West Coast who gets the game before us every time. I mean, technically, they're playing it at the same time because if it's midnight his time, it's 3 a.m. our time. So, you know, it just, you know, depends if people are going to actually be more willing to wake up at 3 a.m. or be up at 3 a.m. to play a game. It doesn't make any fucking sense for him to make this complaint. Is he a fucking child? Does he need Leanne to explain to him how fucking time zones work?
I don't know what they're gonna do, so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Okay.
Fucking idiot. And he can't fucking be up at midnight to play a game. Are you fucking for real? I did a midnight release for Uncharted 4, Resident Evil, I think Revelations 2. GTA 5, for some reason I got Brawl at midnight release, and even Destiny. So I've been at a store at midnight before. Just saying, I mean...
Summary. What can you expect this week?
Wow.
Tonight, patron stuff will get action. Within a couple days, you should get your upgrades. Tomorrow, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare multiplayer and the review of Dishonored 2 Emily/Chaos run. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Excuse me, I screwed that up. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Watch Dogs 2. Starting Friday, Pokemon Moon and balanced with Watch Dogs 2. Okay, for the next several days into the next week. And then next weekend on the weekend preview, I'll give you an update on, gee, how did everything go? Did I get to finish up? You know, can I get to review anything? And we'll go from there, all right?
Oh, great.
So that's great. 2 new games I'm covering this week, plus some hilarious multiplayer coming up tomorrow, plus a game review. That's going to be a lot of stuff that you can check out on DSP Gaming for the raw stuff, on KOGaming for the reviews and stuff. All right?
All right.
All right. Whew. That is it. One final thing. If you were a patron of mine, and again, I said this last week, but I don't know how many patrons have been paying attention, basically. If you were a patron of mine,
wow,
and you didn't get a PM on Patreon.com in regards to the perk, or you think that I owe you a perk, and I didn't message you and you didn't get it, please let me know, because I think what happened is sometimes with Patreon data is that if you pledge a big amount and then you lower the amount immediately, you don't show up as pledging that big amount in the spreadsheet that they give me, the spreadsheet of manual data. So I don't know. Some people might have pledged like $50 to get the private Q&A video, but then immediately lowered it to $5. And then when the report came out, it says you only pledged $5. I want to be sure I'm getting everyone their proper perks. So if you think something slipped through the cracks or whatever, you got to email me, darksidefil@hotmail.com, and we'll get it hashed out. In fact, you're going to see coming up right now in this patron thank you crawl, I fixed it because there was a patron who did pledge in October and he fell off the list for whatever reason, didn't even show up on the list. And I added his name to the patron call. He's actually the first name now because I felt so bad. I made him the first name in the patron crawl this week. So thank you, Hank, for being considerate and understanding. I don't know what happened. Sorry about that. That is for being name now because I felt so bad. I made him the first name in the patron crawl this week. So thank you, Hank, for being considerate and understanding.
Shout out to Hank.
What happened. Sorry about that. That is it for the week in preview. That was a lot of information to cover and to process. Thank you for being patient. I'm very excited for this week. The bottom line is this. I actually looked, so just a very quick addendum and then we'll end. I'm doing good this month. I actually just checked my results on YouTube. YouTube's been very messed up this month in regarding to reporting.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's not daily reporting the data like it's supposed to be. I don't know why. I think they screwed up the website again. But it updated the other day.
Yeah, of course.
And so far, so good when it comes to, like, my business and revenue and stuff. It's actually good. But I think it's because this is the busy gaming season and all of the freaking ads on YouTube are very profitable right now. Because some people have been saying, oh, my God, Phil's been playing Dishonored too, and not a lot of people watched him play the game. I don't know why. Does that mean that he's tanking and he's going out of business?
So he begged for money as if he was ready to pack up shop, and I was fucking right. I knew he was gonna fucking do this. He's gonna be around. Like, look. I don't mind that I don't mind that he's gonna be around next year. That's fine. You can be here for 5 years, 10 years till I die. I don't give a fuck. But the point that makes it a big deal is that he makes these ultimatums like, I may not be here next year, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pay my bills. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. And then he says this. Guys, I'm doing great. I have money. I got paid by YouTube. Are you guys hyped that I got paid? Dude, it's exciting. And that is the stuff that I can't say for all detractors, but me in particular, I guess, have been saying is that he only acts when he's about to go out of business if he's not getting a certain amount of money. See, I guarantee he made this whole begging rant thing because he wants to make money to go to California. I think that's what this is all about. I think he was making enough money before, but now he's just sitting there and it's like, well, I really want to go to California and I'm not making enough money for that, so what's the best way to pay my taxes for sure and to get enough money for California? I got it. I'm just gonna start begging really hardcore and really sucking enough dick for my dumbass fans to give me money. And it's so fucking shitty to have this relationship with the person you enjoy watching where you don't even feel like, oh, well, if you want to support me, that's great, do whatever you want. And now it becomes a relationship where you feel obligated to donate to him. Like, you should never feel obligated to give a person money to get something out of him if he's doing YouTube. Like, if I'm doing a YouTube video, I wouldn't really expect anyone to give me money, so I'd still be making YouTube videos regardless because that's what I want to do. But if I'm not getting paid for it, I'm not getting paid for it. I'm not going to have my viewers be obligated to pay me money for them to get my dumbass videos. But, it's like if I start charging people to pay me to do these videos. Like, that would be shitty. It's like, well, I'm not getting money, so I'm not doing a DSP video. You guys have to pay me for that. Like, that'd be fucking dumb. So I'm not doing that shit.
Luckily, no, because right now the ad revenue's good. But obviously, that doesn't mean long term, right? I mean, it just means for right now, stuff's good. So we'll see what happens. All right. Okay, everyone. That's it for the weekend preview. Thanks for watching.
Hold on.
So that doesn't mean long term, right? I mean, it just means for right now, stuff's good. So we'll see what happens. All right. Okay, everyone.
Oh yeah, he was like, "Oh, guys, shit! I almost said something that was gonna like give you a confidence." Okay, I might not be here. This is a long-term solution. Okay.
That's it for the weekend preview. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week on another weekend preview. We'll have an update on everything. But hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for Infinite Warfare and for the Dishonored 2 review. And of course, I hope to see you for the new releases this week. Peace out, everyone. And without further ado, thanks to the following October patron.
Alright. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I think that's it. Let's take another look at the comments. Let's see if they added any comments. People that play Call of Duty competitively and make money doing it take the game serious. I guess you shouldn't bring a dysfunction of a human as an example. I mean, I kind of said the same thing, but I kind of see where Phil's coming from when he says ADD, because it's like a lot of things going on at the same time. That's like, but it's just that I don't know. It's just like I'm mostly tired of him bringing up ADD all the time. I think that's the only thing. Is just I am tired of hearing about ADD about everything. But whatever. According to Tim, times two duel. He's being PC. Yeah. Okay. The DK Mario link. Is Phil buying the PS4 Pro for improved frame rate in future games? Final Fantasy 15 is getting a 60 frames update, for example. Nah, he said he can't afford it right now. He also said, see, this is also the other thing I was thinking of maybe doing a video on, but he said in a pre-stream that he has no interest in getting the PS4 Pro because frame rate doesn't matter, but he keeps complaining about frame rate, but it doesn't matter. It makes sense, right? I think that's it. Give me bread. Okay. Oh, it's Mr. Crow. Okay, I see. The likes are 33, dislikes are 36. Overall, my opinion on this weekend preview is that it's not bad. It's not a bad weekend preview, to be honest. It's kind of whatever. But that's it for this video. See you guys in the next one.